Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Judy Lee and I'm a holistic coach. You can find out more about my story and what I do in the description box below. So first just wanted to say that we're now in the season of Gemini, so I would say that we can expect a shift in the energy somehow, because since the sun moved into Taurus, I felt like there was quite just a slower, heavier energy around, whereas Gemini is much more, because it's the element of air, things move a lot more quickly, and it's about communication and things like that. So it'd be interesting to see how how the weeks or the feeling in the air changes as the weeks go on. Okay, so we're here to do the weekly energy reading. So I'll start shuffling the cards as per usual. So let's see what we can expect. Let's see what we can expect to. A few too many cards there. What we can expect over the coming week. So what's the energy? Just oops. There's another one, and one more card, please. Okay. Well, we got 3 cards coming out, or maybe 4 actually. I'm just going to grab the first one that appeared. So we got the Ace of Pentacles, the first card. Second is the 10 of Pentacles. And then we have the Hierophant. And then at the bottom of the deck we have the Devil card. It looks a bit scary, doesn't it? But actually it's no, it's not. It's more just to bring back the bottom of the deck for me gives a general idea of the theme for the week ahead. So the Devil, it can represent the sign of Capricorn, but it's also for me about addictions, or as you can see there are 2 people that are tied up, and it's about being aware of the addictions that we have, or what keeps us tied to situations, or patterns or behavior, and keep us unhappy really. So yeah, just going to bring that together after looking at the other cards. So we have, the Ace of Pentacles represents new beginnings, but in the way of actually manifesting in the physical. So it's a new beginning, I suppose, in the physical. Then, interesting enough, we have the 10 of Pentacles. So as you can see, it's in the picture there. You've got a happy couple with their children, the dog, that lineage there, the family life, but also abundance as well. And then we have the Hierophant, and this is, as you can see there, you've got a priest. So it can be about spiritual awakening, can be about marriage as well, but generally for me it signifies, in a general sense anyway, spiritual awakening. So I'm just going to take a moment to bring it together. So the first feeling that I got was just, it's important to be aware of our addictions, to our stories, to past ways of behavior that no longer serve us. It's often, if we're not aware of it, if it's in our subconscious, then it stays that way. But the more that we can acknowledge, let's say the elephant in the room, or we can acknowledge things that aren't working in our life, then it gives us the ability to be able to change them. So if we don't acknowledge something, then we don't really have the power to change it. Of course, things can change, but being able to consciously change a pattern or a behavior or something that doesn't work, we need to have that awareness. So I think there's something there about just being aware of that. And for me, it's interesting because we've got two major arcana here, which are major themes in our lives. And then we also have the pentacles coming up as being, being two of the four cards. So for me, I've been saying for a few weeks now that we're in a new beginning, we're in a new way of manifesting. And if we want to manifest this happy life full of fulfillment, abundance, which is possible for all of us, it's aligning it with a new way of being, which is, how do I put this? Coming from, I suppose, quite simply, coming from a place of love and, not from fear, because our addictions, the way we behave, for example, if we overeat, if we're attached to things, they come from fear. They don't, if we know that we are abundant and we have enough, then there's no need to hold on tightly to these things. And a friend posted something very interesting, which said, what you need controls you. And I suppose it can be interpreted in many ways, but for me, I think it's a very interesting quote, because it is true. Like, if we need something, then in a way we are controlled by it. So it's just looking at the things in your life where you say, I need to have things a certain way, and ask yourself, is that true? Does it really need to be that way or not? And it can be at the level of food even, where we're, I guess, have been conditioned to believe that we need to eat a certain way, or we need to eat 3 meals a day even, or have 2,000 calories a day. These are all things that we've been conditioned to believe, but aren't necessarily true, or not for each and every one of us. I think I can't remember his name, but there was a doctor in the UK who did some research, and he started the whole I guess, new way of fasting, so intermittent fasting. And everyone has their own reason for doing things. I think if you fast and become aware of actually the fact that you don't actually need to eat 3 meals a day, the fact that you don't need to do things in a certain way in order to live a happy life or survive. So anyway, briefly, just be aware of the addictions or patterns that you have. And then when you're going about your life, feeling into what you want in your life and manifesting, then come from that space of that awareness and that heart space, because when you can start to let go of those addictions, those things that you no longer need, then you actually start to allow things to come into your life that are really good for you, that are right for you. And initially, at first, it might seem difficult, because we have a certain expectation of what we want in our lives, and as much as we think it's what we really want, it's probably stuff that we've been told from childhood. I think I've mentioned it a few times, but this pattern that, or stages in life that we've been told to have, get married, have a family, get a job, get a mortgage, all those type of things. Nothing wrong with that at all, but it may not be for everyone. And a lot of people have those things, yet they're unfulfilled and unhappy. So it goes beyond having those things in our lives. It's about finding that internal happiness, and once we can do that, then that gets reflected on the outside as well. So just in summary, just to bring it together, I think this week is about being aware of our addictions and patterns of behavior. And once we can do that, then we can start to ask ourselves, are these things that we want in our lives, does it make us happy? Does it satisfy us? And if they don't, then when we acknowledge them, it gives us the ability to be able to change. So if you don't acknowledge what's not working, you can't change it. So there's those two elements of having that awareness and acknowledging it, so that you can start to create the life that you want. So yeah, it's a new, maybe for a few of you, a lot of you, it's a new way of thinking and approaching life. But you know, we are spiritual beings. This is what the Hierophant is saying. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, and you know, we have the possibility of combining those two, which I think is a great gift, because life is so short, and you know, it's yeah, to be able to experience life and everything that it has to offer is yeah, is a great thing. So I hope that's helpful. I hope that makes sense to you, and I'd love to hear from you if you have any comments or feedbacks or anything that you'd like to know more about. I'd like to do more meditations and things in the future, still to come. So yeah, please do get in touch and subscribe to the channel and click on the bell if you like what you see, so that you can get the notifications when my next videos are posted. Okay, well, thanks so much for watching the video. I really do appreciate all the support that everyone has given me. It's been really amazing, and yeah, it's just really great. I'm just very grateful to have so much love and support in my life. So wishing you a great week ahead, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.